Hello, everybody, this is Purge bringing you guys a replay commentary. Going to be playing Venomancer this game. This is a game that I played with Aghanim on Wednesday. I thought about uploading it, the actual video of us playing, but I think that we have enough uploads this week to hit every day, so I decided I'll just take some games and do replay commentaries of them, is the plan. So, I was playing a 3-position Venomancer. When you do this, it is very dangerous for this reason. Number one, Venomancer is stupid slow. You can see that with a Windlace, I have 295 movement speed. That means that me going to the offlane is going to be a bad time. I'm not going to be very fast. I spent a lot of gold just to become slightly fast, and that's going to be an meta disadvantage. On top of that, to make matters worse, Veno has terrible base damage. I have 3 Ironwood branches here, and my average is 46. So 46 is abnormally low. That means my ability to get last hits is going to be much worse. If I didn't buy a Windlace and I instead bought more stat items, then that would have helped me last hitting. I tried to Gale the Ricky, but it was a just genuinely bad Gale. I missed him, and as a result, we missed the kill. And now because I don't have Poison Sting, my ability to lane is now worse. Poison Sting is arguably Venomancer's best ability, at least in the laning stage. It's stupid good. And that's because every time that you attack your opponents, you are dealing a crap load of damage. At level 1, it does 36 magic damage. So every time he goes for a last hit, if I'm against a melee hero like Ricky, every time he goes for a last hit, I Poison Sting him. And by doing this, I lower his HP, and that means he's less comfortable coming up to deny every creep and to last hit every creep. And by doing that, it helps me get last hits despite only having 46 crappy base damage, or average damage. So by me missing the Gale there, us not getting a kill with it, I've kind of screwed my laning stage in a big way. I can still Gale people to prevent them from like feeling comfortable coming up, but Gale level 1 only does 75 magic damage. It is not a very good skill, other than the fact that the slow is incredible. The duration is 15 seconds, the cooldown's 21. It's a very, very long cooldown ability. It's AoE, of course, but yeah, so I put myself in a rough spot by not only missing Gale, but also by not skilling Poison Sting. So, part of the reason that I feel comfortable playing Veno in this lane is because Sean was playing Clockwork. Clockwork is a melee hero that is going to get into trouble, basically. I was hoping to Gale that, even though it only does like 25 damage, it was kind of low chance, but by Clockwork, basically, like, as I talked about in the other video, he gets in people's faces, he does damage, and he has decent HP. That means that me paired with Clockwork is relatively safe, pretty much, in terms of my ability to stay defended. So even though Ricky can jump on me aggressively, and Witch Doctor can also go on me, it means Sean can basically be the piece that goes between us to defend. If I have a squishy 4 position, I'm not going to feel nearly as comfortable picking Venomancer, straight up, because I would be more worried about dying. And in terms of these last hits, I'm just doing my damn best. I'm not getting very many last hits at all. This is dangerous now because I'm in a 2v1. But the creeps basically need to be super lowered before it's okay for me to effectively last hit. Me competing with other heroes is really, really difficult to out-deny them. So I'm just doing the best I can. Luckily, I just picked up 2 now, which means that I can finally do some harassment. When Sean walks away, that's when I need to back up because I don't want to be in a 2v1 situation since I can't defend myself very well. On the bright side, Veno's agility gain is really good. It's 3.2, so that means every time I level up, I get 3 more damage, which is going to make it a little bit easier for me to last hit. This is why I queued up a Wraith Band as well, is because hypothetically I would want to build a Wraith Band just to get like 6 damage to start the laning stage off. There aren't really any cheap items that you can get anymore that give you damage that aren't just stat items. 2 heroes together, you Gale. Pretty straightforward. I wanted to walk to the left if possible, so that we would not get cast bounced as rapidly in a row. Sean barely survived, which is nice. Last hits are catching up now, which is really nice. And if I have an opportunity, I will put an attack on the enemy hero. This is my last tango, so this is getting kind of dangerous. Something I could rush would be boots, which I ended up buying here because I felt semi-comfortable in the lane. But I'm also going to buy more regen, knowing that I'm out of regen. And if I run out of regen, I'm not going to have a good time. I messed up both last hits trying to go for the range creep there. I was stupid. Next point of experience, though, I will get level 2 poison, which will be advantageous. I Galed so that I could apply the second level of poison. This is really stupid. It hits anything, including creeps. So he basically just let me get free damage on him. And he wasted mana. It was just an always really bad what he just did there. What he should be doing is going on me directly in some of these moments. But now he's let me hit him a bunch of times. So now it does 12 damage for 9 seconds. That does 108 magic damage over 9 seconds. and it lowers regen too. So I'm just galing him and attacking him because I know he's going to take a buttload of damage from this. It does put my mana pretty low, but by getting him low, it protects myself. So even though I have really low HP, it's not as dangerous for me to lane effectively. Now that I have boots, my movement speed isn't super atrocious. So even though me last hitting is not quite in the cards here, and my last hit values are pretty low right now, why I look dead here. I'm running to the right because as soon as two people are on me, they're going to go on me. If I run this way, I easily die. But running in the trees, it gives me some options in terms of juking. That's why I ran over there. I dropped the Tango. Sean is bringing this to me. I might have brought myself an extra salve too. I can't quite remember. But I could use a clarity potion as well. Now that I don't have Gale mana, this puts me in kind of a dangerous situation. They're going to try to go on me again as soon as I get out of position. They do get the Maledict off. I wanted to attack him once because I didn't think I was going to die. He probably, if he had another Blink Strike, he might have been able to kill me perhaps. But since I'm low, I'm going to run all the way back to base. This solves my lack of mana problem as well. So maybe I could have a magic stick, whatever. But if I don't have movement speed, then I'm just going to have a bad time. And you could definitely say I'm not doing great right now. I'm doing okay in the fact that I've pressured Ricky a lot. He has way more last hits than me though. So I think it's safe to say that we're slightly losing this lane. I don't remember what I bought here. I bought a second set of Tangos before I left. And then I'm going to try to TP back pretty rapidly. He was holding these range creeps for me because I was going to hit most of my health. Pop him back in. Yeah, that was basically perfect. I effectively lost nothing coming back a little bit quicker. All right, level 4. This is kind of your inflection. You're the point where change happens, basically. I can choose to get Plague Wards, which would allow me to apply Poison Sting from farther away. Or what I can do is skill Venomous Gale, which ends up doing a lot of damage. It does 30 times 5, I believe. I tried to Gale to get that last hit, but either way, I still got the Ricky. I should have been eating Tangos already. This is a little bit slow. But 30 times 5? Is it 30 times 5? Yes. So it's 175 more damage, I think. Let me do the calculator math really quick, just to make sure I'm not doing it wrong. Oop, getting ganked again. Eat a Tango ahead of time. 2 people in a row. I will be very happy to Gale them. It was nicely done by Ricky. I took some extra damage, but I kind of want to poison attack him again as he runs here. Now that I got Maledicted, things are a little scary again, but I might want to stay and fight him. But I ran a bit away because I didn't want him to like Blink Strike me, because then I would die. So I just played really safe. Alright, 45 times 5 equals this plus 50. So my damage has gone up massively. It's 275 damage, basically. So the second point is giving me 200 damage, effectively, for 1 skill point, which is incredibly high. So level 2 Gale, pretty good. You should almost always get Sting over Gale levels, in my opinion, because Sting is more all the time kind of a thing. I really need to eat a Tango. I'm extremely delayed on this. Super delayed on the Tango. Because Gale is free damage. But basically, if I get Plague Ward, I can use it to start farming faster and doing more damage, basically. As soon as that runs out, I'm going to go back in. I don't really want to commit to fighting because my HP is still a little bit low. But the Tangos also really help for me getting attacks in and aggroing creeps. I'm just going to get attacked a bunch for this now. Now that I've got 3 points in Poison Sting, it does even more damage. That's 18 times 12. 216 damage for 1 Poison Sting, and it lowers your regen by 25%. That's a dead hero. 100% dead hero. We could go on... that was a really nice deny by the Witch Doctor. I probably should attack the Witch Doctor once, I feel like. A small mistake by me, but I missed the last hit. But now my last hits are better than what they have. So I'm in a better position. Now I'm buying a crown and a wand. The reason I bought crown is because I was planning to buy a... I will be buying a veil at some point. If I had Gale, this kill would be easier. Kind of figured it would. The cast bounce is a little bit unfortunate. And then I'm just going to throw everything on him. I don't know if I got him, actually. Oh, I did Poison Sting him. Did I not Gale him? I'm confused. How did that not hit him? That was really bizarre. I really thought that was going to hit him. Watch for the Gale. I don't know, for some weird reason the Gale didn't hit him, so he got a little lucky there. But either way, we got a kill. I died afterwards, but again, I'm pushing the lane. So I'm buying So I'm buying these kind of weird, but the reason I bought the crown, you might think like, why not finish? If you're going to build Urn, finish Urn first. But this gives me a little bit better stats right now, basically. I'm going to sell my Ironwood branch, I believe, after this. Because I usually overbuy Ironwood branches right now, just because they're really value in lane. But I drop that. I'm bringing a sentry, because he's almost about to hit 6, which is going to mean he's going to be able to pressure me earlier. But I bought the crown because I need to increase my survivability. The part of the reason I wanted to make a replay commentary here is because I think it's very important that you guys understand heroes that have a little bit of weird playstyles. Like Veno is as a hero is a hero that I really wanted to kill the ward. We killed the ward before the sentry, which is probably fine. But Veno is a hero like a lot of int or spell casting heroes that you deal damage by staying alive, and that means that people are almost always going to want to like go on you and put a lot of focus into you. So having extra stats like a crown and at this stage in the game is excellent. HP, damage, mana pool. These are all things that I really need to live. This whole time I'm thinking about ulting this guy because I could kill him. Now I definitely ulti here. To wait for that to finish. To hit each one once. Gale the guy that has more HP. Use my wand. Try to fight him to the death so he dies first. Didn't work out, but Sean gets 6 out of that, so and I did get some gold, so I think that was worth it. But yeah, just trying to have as much HP as possible. I probably should have Ring of Protection in instead of Sage's Mask, for example. 2 more armor. Who knows? Maybe I kill Ricky first, but 2 heroes dying in this circumstance I think is great for us. I gained gold. Sean gained gold. Sean got a crap load of experience as well, 685. So considering that it counted as him solo killing 2 heroes. I think I got the trusty shovel from the store. And here's my items, basically completed. Got a free TP scroll, a little bit extra HP. And now my HP is actually at a really good place. So I'm going to put another sentry down and deward their sentry. So again, I can't really deal... My survivability is weak enough where it's dangerous for me not to have... Just found a level 3 bounty hunter here. So I'm sure he felt really bad about this. And I got one more attack on the Ricky, I believe. I did, yes. And I earned him. So now between Urn and Poison Sting, he just is going to lose almost all of his HP. So you may be saying like, hey, I should really have Plague Ward. And Plague Ward definitely helps. But Plague Ward works a little better if I am jungling and if I'm trying to control space as they approach. So, for example, if I know that if they get on top of me that I die for sure, then I would definitely want to have more Plague Ward levels because it would make it easier for me to control space. And I'll get a Plague Ward here instead of Poison Sting because if I'm worried about somebody like Witch Doctor, I can now apply Poison Sting to him for free. So he has to pop a Tango knowing that he's taking Poison Sting damage for a while, for example. Found a mango tree just now off of the thing that I dug. So Plague Wards I want to use to the sides of me to see if people are coming. Against Ricky, that's obviously not as possible. But, yeah, getting Plague Ward levels is usually pretty mandatory to help apply poison. Or in cases where I am worried about, like if I don't have enough damage. Like if my ratio of me killing them before they kill me, or me nuking them but they don't die, if that exists, if I don't have enough damage to either get a trade or if I die if they get on top of me, then I want more Plague Ward levels because then it's going to be easier to make a shell of Plague Wards around me. But because I feel semi-comfortable in this lane now, because I can attack Ricky one time and he takes a buttload of damage, then I'm more comfortable getting more Poison Sting levels and furthering my Poison Sting harass advantage, if that makes sense. So me having extra tankiness items like this is also really good. Ooh, I missed scale. This is dangerous. He could go on me now, especially with Underlord showing up here. I might pop my ulti. Fortunately, that ulti was not quite in time, and then I ate a lot of Firestorm, and I was praying to God for a salve. I didn't get it, unfortunately. So now I'm a little sad because now I'm in this like weird survivability place. I am going to rush Spirit Vessel pretty quick, partially because it also gives me a lot of HP. There's the Vid booster now. And then I asked, hey Warlock, can you heal me? And I asked, and then he heals his golem for some fucking reason. And then I was straight up ultra tilted. I should be hiding in trees here, because if they see me, they're going to go on me, and I'm going to be in trouble. Tried to Gale too. And then I felt really bad, because I didn't get an attack off on either of these guys, which means that neither of them is going to be even close to dying. If I remember correctly, I believe Witch Doctor did end up dying. It's going to tick down to 0 HP. Oh, he died from Fatal Bonds. Okay. So it must have been one of these other guys taking damage. I didn't realize. I was curious how he got the kill. Anyways, really wish I got healed by Warlock. I would have probably been able to kill maybe the Bounty Hunter on top of that. Found a salve now. Coming back bottom again. Nothing weird about this. I wanted to bring a sentry, but my items were full, unfortunately. So, because again, they have a lot of invis heroes. I decided to get a Poison Sting level because I wanted it to be maxed out. And then I want to put it far away from creeps because it always targets creeps if they're there. But because it is not on them, I'm pretty happy to go on this guy now. There's a lot of people coming. I should put a Plague Ward in front of me. If I have to turn around to put a Plague Ward, it slows me down. And I figured I was being chased. Monster creeps. Nope. It's all very dangerous. Plague Ward down to apply Poison Stings, of course. And then I was like, oh, that's right, I have regen. That guy ends up dying, which is good. And because he died, I got him. I got earn charges as well, which is really nice. And then I put my Vit Booster in my backpack. That way I get extra regen from the heals. So a little bit hairy, but it works out in the end. Ooh, I need a Windlace in here over Ironwood Branch. I made this mistake. I really should have ditched the Ironwood Branch. This was a pretty catastrophic mistake. And also keep in mind that 1 point in Plague Wards gets one shot basically by enemy heroes. So it's kind of dangerous to feed. You can very easily feed gold to people with only 1 point in Plague Ward, which is not good. But I got it because I felt relatively survivable enough that I could stay alive through a fight and be able to cast spells. Because as Veno, I know staying alive is damage, but for Veno, luckily I can kind of just cast Gale, ulti, and usually that cleans up enemy heroes fully. Putting Plague Wards over here because this is a common TP and approach location. If you're standing here when you're pushing this tower and you don't have vision here, it's dangerous because people can very easily walk out from here and initiate on you. The obvious danger is from this side. This guy's TPing over here, which is pretty smart. But then I saw him coming. Cold Snap was nice because it prevented me from dodging. And now I'm going to earn myself. This is where I was running for my life. If I had Windlace, I probably would have lived, and he wouldn't have been able to cast me here. And now I die. It's very sad. And then I looked at my items and I was like, uh-oh. Now things are a little dangerous for Sean. Using his face kind of late here. He ends up dying as well. So, bummer. And then I look and I'm like, oh, crap. I do finish my Spirit Vessel. I might have bought that before I died, so it wasn't the end of the world. Because it's going to save me some inventory space. And now my Ironwood Branch is useful again, guys. But yeah, this is pretty common in terms of skill build. Usually, a lot of people will not get your ulti at 6, by the way. The reason I did is because I knew I had kill potential, and I was kind of fighting people that were definitely killable with my ultimate. But it's not that weird to skip your ulti and delay it. I generally like fighting a lot on Venomancer, so I kind of like skilling it myself. I wanted to Gale this wave because I wanted to kill it. My screen positioning is kind of bad. I wish it was a little bit more south. But I should probably be spamming Plague Wards here to try to kill these as fast as possible. That way the catapult can be destroyed, because Creep Wave has to die for the catapult to be targeted by the tower. So, okay, so here we are. I've been tracked. I've got a Sentry Ward. I'm putting Plague Wards to the left to try to protect myself. I'm now buying Tranquil Boots because I realized, man, I really wish I had more movement speed than that last fight, because I would have lived, and I didn't quite have enough. And it's also going to give me the benefit of having more regen, which means that I don't have to use my earn charges as much to heal myself. It's all very good things to have. And I'm basically thinking, do I want these talents or do I want to finish my skills? And certainly the answer is skills. Got a free poison application on Ricky here. Now he's going to take literally a buttload of damage. Let's do 24 times 15 here. Sean brought a dust, which was wonderful. I want to stand here. That way when he tries to blink strike, he wasn't going to be able to blink far away. Although I basically stood next to the cog. That way if he blinked to me, he'd instantly be stunned and damaged, which wasn't going to be very good for him. Alright, I threw everything on him. So, here is his pain. He's got 3 Quas Orbs. He's regenerating as much as he can. But he's taking Gale and Poison Sting and Poison Nova. I don't actually know if he dies here. It was very close. I did not get him though. But got him pretty low. Needed just a little bit more damage. Maybe a couple more attacks, that kind of thing. Spirit Vessel, of course, limits the heals and regen of nearby enemy units, and if you use the earn charges on as well. the Vestal Charge on him as well, it further inhibits healing. So it's he was able to kill me, of course, but here's pretty much the best neutral item I could get, which is Essence Ring. As you notice, people are jumping on me and killing me a lot. We should have taken this tower earlier, but my team is not really playing around me that much, which is fine as long as things are going okay for them, which it seems they are. So between Spirit Vessel and Essence Ring, I just realized that I took like a metric ton of damage. But Essence Ring is going to give me an extra 425 health, gives me more mana, gives me some mana regen. These are all really good things for me. And once this buff runs out, watch my HP, it's going to jump up. It'll be the same HP, but it'll look higher. Yep, see? And now when I get to use Essence Ring again, it basically heals you for 425. It doesn't count as a heal. They removed that because it was too busted with like Necrophos and Io, which makes it now better against anti-healing. So Essence Ring against something like AA or against other Spirit Vessels is better than it used to be. So it makes for a perfect item for a squishy, into edgy hero like me, who is worried about getting bursted down before being fully effective. So I'm basically just going to stand here, and now I'm going to spam wards, which I could have been doing earlier if I had gotten more points in them, but keep in mind, I wanted to get more Poison Instinct to do more damage. Maybe I should have done more wards. Maybe I would have been more farmed, because I maybe could have cleared the wave faster and then cleared jungles as well. It might have been overall better against the Riki. But now that they are pushing top, now we can harder commit to cleaning up over here. Sean was very good in that he did not take last hit, so was very happy about this. And now I want to put wards over here to see if they're coming to defend while we do this. HP is full. Survivability is good. I got the Ring of Basie on the last pass to get more mana regen. And between the Basie and the Spirit Vessel and the Essence Ring, my mana regen is actually quite good. And now I'm bringing Veil out. So the reason Veil is so good on Veno is because you do so much damage that increasing your damage output is only going to be a huge advantage. And you might think like, hey, maybe I should buy a Kaya or something like that. Or really, used it just in time to get a couple more attacks off. And more attacks means more damage. He got blasted. Underlord taking quite a lot of damage too, but he does have a cloak, and he's got a little bit more regen himself, so he lived. Oh, he's also got the Nether Shell. I didn't notice this. That's why he was taking very little damage. Nether Shell is amazing against heroes like Veno. So, the reason you don't want to buy Kaya, basically, is because Kaya is a... It doesn't give you that much damage, basically. Kaya is primarily, like... It's about giving you mana. Basically, it's more of a mana item than a damage item. It does 8% spell up, which is okay, but that's not that much damage. It more lowers your mana cost. So if you have a high mana cost and you do magic damage, then it's a good item. But Veil is good for increasing the magic damage you deal, basically. That's it. It increases the magic damage you deal, gives you a lot of stats, and increases your mana regen, which are all really good things for me. So I want to use it because it's going to increase my damage by 20%. Kaya only increases your damage by 8%. That's not enough. It's 2.5 times bigger. So now that I have Veil and Spirit Vessel, my HP is really high. I'm going to start using Essence Ring pretty much all the time now. And I'm going to push lanes, and I'm going to control area with Plague Wards. Because farming this camp is dangerous, but if I've got Plague Wards, it's easier. Now as I come left here, it's a little bit easier as well. I should use my Veil before that hit. That was a big mistake, but this should be a kill. Especially when we overkill it like that. I use Essence Ring again to try to heal. Spirit Vessel on Riki. More Plague Wards to get slightly more damage, and it's just a really easy kill. How does that guy beat me? He's got a Diffusal Blade, but he can't fight me to death because I have like twice his HP practically. And I'm always going to fight him because I know that I'm going to deal more damage. So, works out very nicely. So Veil, 50 mana, use it, 20 more damage. It got nerfed recently. It only does 20% damage increase, and it's used to do 25. So it is a little bit weaker, but it's still really, really good on Venomancer. It's still so good on Venomancer. I'm poking with this guy because I know my teammates can back me up potentially. Remember to use my wand and my Essence Ring. Now we see if we can kill this guy. I'm going to keep putting the nukes on him, of course. So it'll limit his regen. I have to be pretty careful though, because I'm worried about like Bounty Hunter popping out and blowing me up for my gold. Tranquils are kicking in. I've got Essence Ring up again. I wanna help, but I don't want to go in too far, so I'm just gonna stay on the outside here. I could have gone in already with Essence Ring. There's Riki, And now I die. That was really sloppy the way I did that. Because I had Essence Ring ready to go. I could have used it, you know. We still got the kill, so it was kind of worth it. But I also had sentries ready that I could have placed down. I never did that either. So just kind of sloppy. I like quarter committed, but it wasn't enough to be good. And I didn't abuse. I think I might have had a Spirit Vessel charge too that I could have healed myself with. So I could have used the Spirit Vessel and the Essence Ring a little earlier. And then Ricky also drained my mana, which was basically what threw me off. That I was ready to cast spells, but I got mana drained. Alright, and now you might be wondering, why haven't I gotten a talent yet? It's because every additional point of Venomous Gale does an extra like 200 damage. It's bonkers good. So I would rather level up Gale, which also reduces the cooldown by 1 when it does 200 damage, than lower the cooldown by 6 or increase my Plague Ward duration. I don't know if I've tried the Plague Ward duration maybe once. Duration's 40 seconds, so 12 is kind of a big deal. It basically means that you can, if you're warding in one spot, it's more likely that you'll have like, basically you can farm faster. That's the main thing. If you're farming like static neutral camps, then the Plague Ward duration is really good. If you are defending a tower, Plague Ward duration is good because you can have more Plague Wards out. You can probably have like 7 instead. Watch my amazing Gale here. Miss both heroes. Use Veil, use ulti. Sentry Ward is placed. Stupid amount of damage. And we win the fight really easily. They do not want to walk into melee range against me because I just have so much survivability now. Raw HP, decent movement speed, Essence Ring. I mean, I've got 2,000 HP with Essence Ring. It's crazy. And then make sure you bring Clarity Potions. If you have slight mana concerns, after a big fight like that, I need to get my mana back up. So Clarity in the backpack is going to make this a little easier. If you don't plan ahead on this, you're going to get in this position. You're going to have like 200 mana. And then maybe a fight starts and you're going to feel really bad. I should be putting Plague Wards around. I ended up getting Venomous Gale at 15. I got the 4th point of Gale. And now is the hard decision, the 15 talent. So almost always it's worth it to get Poison Sting slow, I believe. Because this is a slow that is always on people. It doesn't pierce spell immunity. The slow might work through magic immunity, but the damage does not. I know that. But it's like really good, the slow. Because this isn't just like I attack somebody, it's also I'm applying slows with my Plague Wards. So if a team fight is preparing to happen and I have a line of Plague Wards between them and us, if they try to initiate, they will be slowed by 27% movement speed for 15 seconds, which is bonkers good. It's so good. Yes, I could summon 2 wards if I Gale somebody. I couldn't even tell if this is real. I did get the Spirit Vessel on him, luckily. Is he just dying? Yeah, he's just dead, dude. This guy's dead, watch. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Here I am landing a Gale on the Underlord. I'm going to try to help over here by Plague Warding. Got him, see? Let's watch his movement speed. Look at this. He's pretty fast, but it's slower. And it's limiting his regen. Now I got the Poison Sting slow, so now it's a 27% slow. The reason that the Gale wards is really not very good is because wards do not do a lot of damage to heroes. The wards do, I don't remember what it's called. It used to be piercing. But it's basically the damage, it's basically like a range creep. Range creeps do like half damage to enemy heroes. I did not anticipate both heroes being there. But I Spirit Vessel the guy has higher HP, of course. There's my ring being used. That guy's definitely going to die. That was a great hook. Galing once again. Spirit Vessel said if his heal goes off, it doesn't do anything really. So, yeah, the Plague Wards don't really do good damage against heroes. All they're really good for is killing creeps and vision and applying the Poison Sting slow. They're great at all of those things, but against heroes, I don't really care if 2 wards are attacking an enemy hero. Because if they're doing like 50 damage to creeps, they do like double damage to creeps, I believe. Might be wrong on that. I can't remember all the numbers. But basically, they don't do very much damage against heroes. So, like, it's not good to spam wards to kill a tower. You spam wards because they do damage to towers, but it doesn't mean they're really good at it, you know? They're better at applying Poison Sting, giving vision, killing creeps. So do I really care? Did I miss that? No, I think I did. Do I really care if I'm summoning 2 wards when I Gale heroes? It's only good because it makes so many wards that it now becomes difficult for the enemy team to kill the ball rapidly. That's basically it. Casco's really messing me up. Really messing me up. And then I lived. I should have definitely blinked before this moment, by the way. This is crazy. My vision is also not looking where I should be enough. Applying Poison Sting. Holy crap, he took so much damage just now. So, this is my my goal basically. With Blink, I'm able to initiate better, which allows me to like Blink Gale because it's on a lower cooldown down to 12 seconds. I can Gale heroes a lot easier, and that makes it easier for my team to fight. I'm putting Plague Wards between where my opponents are going to approach and where I am. That way it's harder for them to get to us without us knowing they're coming and without them being slowed for 15 seconds. I got Spell Lifesteal at 20. I regretted it. It's good. It can be good. It's mostly good with like, that guy's so dead. It's good. The spell lifesteal is good. It doesn't apply. You don't lifesteal from Poison Sting, I don't believe. But you do lifesteal from your Venomous Gale damage and from your ulti damage. So that's it. So it's basically good if you jump in and bomb the whole enemy team, and need lifesteal. But other than that, it's not very good. If you're against a bunch of tanky heroes, I think the spell lifesteal is better because their damage to HP ratio is not as high. They'll take damage for a long time and you'll keep lifestealing. But against like medium low HP heroes that do a lot of damage, like all four of these guys, it's better I think for me to have more Poison Nova duration because I have a better chance of just killing them all. I got the Essence Ring, but I'm taking a buttload of damage. But now I ended up surviving, so now we can turn back in. Once again, healing back up. Plague Ward's in the way. This was crazy by me. Oh no, the cast messed me up. I might have been able to wand there. I did not need to die there, for sure. That was a big mistake. Kind of prevented us from getting a Rax at a reasonable time. And from here, Ags is really good. I oftentimes, when I do this build in the past, I wouldn't go Spirit Vessel. I would go Veil into Ags. But Spirit Vessel is just really good. It was definitely the more viable build before as well. I just wouldn't go it because I really wanted Ags to work. Warlock really committed here. Sean doing like an insane amount of damage. So what Sean should have done is kept walking to keep vision, but walking out and not having vision I thought was crazy. Because if the bounty was smart, he would have just like ran to the right and waited for the rocket, and then once the rocket misses, he keeps going. But because the bounty did sloppy moves, it didn't matter, basically. Okay, so the reason Ags is ridiculous is because it lowers your cooldown from 100 to 60, so you can use it basically all the time. You can use it to get solo kills, you can use it in team fights, anything. And also because it increases the damage by a buttload. Goes from 90 to 125, so that's like a 33% increase. More than that. A little bit higher. Which is a massive amount. And again, because you're increasing the damage by 33%, and then you're increasing that damage by 20%, the amount of damage you're dealing is bonkers good. I will briefly begin some jungling. Because there's a small lull moment. I could have moved down here maybe to push out this lane a little faster, but this is a decent thing to do, especially with these camps respawning shortly. I can just keep planting Plague Wards and put ourselves in a good place. My armor is really high, actually. This is quite good. Makes it so I don't really have to buy an armor item, which is kind of nice. Plague Ward's definitely good at jungling. The magic damage I'm dealing not super high, but the physical is pretty good. So this is kind of a hard choice. I ended up dropping my Essence Ring and taking the Quickening Charm. I don't know if this was a good choice in hindsight. I think it probably wasn't. Regen is good from Quickening Charm, and you could argue that's similar to a raw HP heal, or a raw heal, but it takes a lot of seconds for Quickening Charm to pay off, basically. Did I even Gale him? I did actually get him. Okay. I was curious. But lowering cooldown is nice. Lower Plague Ward, lower Gale, lower Blink Dagger. All this stuff is really nice. Lower ulti. 8 seconds off the ulti. This is all pretty nice things. So Plague Wards should all be placed like here, a little bit here if possible, maybe to the right would be great. Here is nice, that way they have to run past us. I should put one over here to the left for sure. I'm going to Gale this guy because I can. Slows him, deals damage, all that good stuff. It's not the guy we really want to go on, but again, see, Plague Wards, ideally making it difficult for them to get past us. As long as I can keep my HP high, that way when they dive me, I can still get my spells off. But yeah, I think it was probably wrong to go Quickening Charm. Because I really, like, the extra time doesn't really make that big of a difference to shave off 8 seconds from my ulti, you know? I think if I was more, if they were winning, I think Force Staff is something I might have bought instead of Blink. Right now I'm just looking for solo kills. Because if I can do a full combo on anybody, they die. Except for maybe Underlord. Because he has a lot of magic resistance. So you still have the... Oh, he gave up the Nether... Okay, Invoker has the Nether Shell. It's very wise for Invoker to use illusions to push tower, basically. In the meantime, I'm going to hit creeps. Whenever you plant Plague Wards, make sure you don't block your camps. Because when the camps respawn, your Plague Wards can keep attacking them. Here's my Windlace from before that I don't really need. We don't really want to go defend these moments. Because we're strong enough that we feel like we can force a fight. So I'm basically looking to do is get a free kill. Or get a pick off. So Plague Ward's high ground now. I'm waiting to jump in when I see a good opportunity on somebody that basically isn't Underlord. See how slow he is. Hey, if there's a free Gale though, I'll do it. Starting to do a bunch of damage to him. Oh my god, the Veil damage was fucking insane. I want to jump in, but I'm taking damage. I can go now though. I got my ulti off, but I didn't get my wand off. So it was a lot of damage. If he dies, that's worth it. Okay. Razor kind of went crazy. Alright, Ricky survived. Dies, but he buys back. And now everything's kind of bad. I definitely overdove here. And it's basically allowing them to eventually... Now Razor will die here. He can't beat Ricky at all. I can't, like, suicide that hard, basically. And I also don't have magic resistance. I think the primary type of damage I was taking was magic damage. From, like, Invoker and stuff like that. He's just comboing me. So I think this is where I decided to buy Force Staff, because I can initiate right now, and I've got pretty good survivability, but I can't blink in and take everything and just try to walk out. It's not going to work. So having a blink and a Force Staff is a pretty classic combo, so you can initiate and then also get back out afterwards. So once again, we kill a tier 3 tower, but no buildings, which is not good. Coming top. Let's watch this again on Purge Vision. TPing top to come save my friend. TP to the tower instead. I'm hovering my mouse over here to see how far my blink distance is. I don't think I caught Ricky with my ulti. I did not. But I definitely got the Invoker, who is taking a metric buttload of damage. He's trying to cast spells before he dies. He should have TP'd home, actually. What am I doing? Dying over here? Tried to fight Ricky, basically. I tried to grab the gem, too. That last disable really secured my death. I don't even think I got that much life still out of this fight, to be honest. Let's see. I bombed the Invoker. I'm healing right now, you can see. I mean, I'm getting heals. I really wanted to get the gem. But I don't know, it's hard to say. I'm sure I was getting lifesteal from it all, but I needed to ulti more people for it to be valuable. Not a good fight for us, probably, is how I would summarize it. Did I miss the fight recap? We technically won. I did 3,000 damage. I got experience. Got gold. Not all bad, but I am dead. Looks like we killed more. Oh, Razor just killed the Witch Doctor. Tango, come here. Sit. Sit down. Sit. Let me see. Shake. I caught her. It's pretty early. Hi. She's been licking her paw a little bit on and off. Been trying to get her to stop for a while. Okay. Found Underlord here. I'm just going to attack him a lot. I ultied him for fun.
Nothing touches the heart.
Because it lasts a long time and my cooldown is really not that bad. It didn't really change that much. If anything, I wasted 400 mana. But... and I knew I had Quickening Charm, so I knew it was going to come up pretty quick anyways. But I definitely wasted mana. Anyways, Force Staff is up. I'm going to Gale these, put a Plague Ward down to apply that. And slow us down. Trying to catch up. Plague Ward for vision. I think I caught at least 2 here. Then I brought Flicker. I was very excited about Flicker. Much better than Quickening Charm for sure. Because I can use Flicker to remove Track. Force Staff, I got to remove the secondary of the Burning. More damage. Veil. Spirit Vessel. Another Gale. Don't want to get stopped here. I got caught by it, unfortunately, so I just gave up at that point. You can't use Flicker if you're rooted. It's one thing that I couldn't do. Plague Wards and push. So yeah, my wards are only doing like 6 damage. I would also have 400 more mana if I hadn't ulted the Underlord in the last fight. So now they're all up again. It's probably time for me to go get mana. Bring myself Clarity Potions. There's a couple options. I was worried about bounties. This is stupid. I should have done this right away. Ran straight for it if I wanted to get them, but I've got Force Staff, I've got Flicker. It's not the most dangerous thing. Flicker's really good against Invoker as well. If he Cold Snaps me, I can Flicker to remove Cold Snap. Didn't get almost any of these range creeps. I was sad. Oh, and I got the Poison Nova AoE. Flickered into the trees, which was cool. And at the same time, my blink was up. So then I got to blink away. I didn't know where the Flicker would take me, but that's where it took me. So the reason I got the Poison Nova AoE, you might be thinking like, oh, everybody goes Plague Ward HP damage. And the Plague Ward HP damage is good. It makes your Plague Wards deal more damage and be more tanky. And push towers better. But remember, they were only doing like 6 damage to the tower. So this would put you up to, what, 18? 18 damage-ish, approximately. A little bit less. 15 damage to the towers. It's still bad. Most importantly, against like a sniper or another like ranged carry that has good right-click damage, having more HP is really good. But, again, damage against heroes, damage against buildings, it is still pretty mediocre. So in some games, I will definitely go that talent. But in this game, when they have a lot of heroes that are kind of sitting far back, and in a game where I know that if I ulti everybody, the fight is basically going to be won by your team, I want the AoE. Because the AoE becomes freaking massive. Oh, I got tracked here. I'm going to use Flicker to get away from that drama. And then I'm going to ulti down here in a place where I think it'll catch a lot of heroes. And then I'm going to put a Plague Ward down to apply Poison Sting. That'll help me score kills. Flicker, I should track here to get rid of track again. And I'm still doing a pretty good job tanking. I probably didn't need to TP back, actually. I was a little bit worried about the Maledict damage. Remove track again with Flicker. Forgot that I bought BOTs here, so that I could have more movement speed. I should be forcing and getting back as fast as possible because they have a lot of dead heroes. Ooh, I wanted to go see... Oh, there's a fight recap. I wanted to see how much damage I did in that fight. I actually don't know how many people I hit with my ulti. But I hit at least 3, I think. Yeah, I did a lot of damage. Did a lot of damage. Just from one ulti, basically. Alright, and then before we move on, I actually want to go back and see... I want to see it from, like, different camera position. Here we are. Attack, attack, attack. They want to go on me, they can. They track me, they hex me. We'll track Cold Snap. So it's very likely if we're fighting here and Ricky's here, they're going to be all here or here. So this is why I ultied here. Now let's watch it hit everybody. He's running away, he's running away. Still hits him. See? I got everybody. That's why I did so much damage in this fight. So now they don't want to fight because they know they all got blasted. They're running for the hills. Invoker's at half HP basically. TP away to be safe. Invoker still ends up dying. And I run back. Okay. But yeah, that's why I really like that. If you have like this Eggs build, I think that AoE skill is amazing. Hey, is that the whole team again? Let's go see. Touches them again. Pipe gets used. I'm getting some lifesteal out of this, which is not bad. Flicker to get rid of track. Looks pretty dead. I wanted to kill him, so I used Spirit Vessel. Or at least limit his regen. Which buys us some time. And the pushing buildings part of our strategy never ended up going so hot, but now we push buildings and eventually finally win. Definitely a lot long. Oh my god, we had a 40,000 gold advantage. Holy shit. It's basically our ability to push towers did not match our gold advantage was the issue. I'm gonna ulti again because I know it's gonna hit everybody. Flicker, no defusal plate. Tracked. No problem. Any day I will figure it out. There it is, I did it. Did he get killed? No, he didn't. Basically, I need sniper to hit buildings. Flint Gale, attack with Poison Sting. Cool. 46,000 gold advantage. So yeah, it was a fun game. That's how Venomancer works. I don't think he's very high win rate right now. Is one thing, but yeah, we were pretty far ahead. But I think he's fun to play, and that's how I like playing him. At least, let's see what his trends are. Oh, never mind. They're actually pretty darn good. He's got a pretty decent win rate right now, actually. Gale cooldown does have a higher win rate. I'm not surprised. This one's about the same. I'm surprised so many people get this. It's kind of good, but I mean, it'll help you push after, I guess. There's like a couple like not as readily obvious changes. Spell lifesteal is a higher win rate. I'm not super surprised about that because it does help you live. Like when you press poison over, you're getting gone on. So landing on more people is pretty helpful, I guess. Poison over AoE win rate. I'm not surprised that's a lot higher actually. Like these flips make sense, right? Poison Nova duration at the like 15 to 20 second mark of Poison Nova. Usually that extra 5 seconds doesn't make that big of a deal, I would argue. But on this one, the extra Nova AoE, applying it or not is a really big deal. Like this one is far, far better than this one is. That's pretty clear. And again, Plague Ward damage, very commonly grabbed, not actually very good. I think that the way I play Veno is like the Ag's Veil thing is it's just too much damage to not be good, I feel like. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with playing Veno in a way where you go Spirit Vessel and push a lot, or buy aura items instead of buying Ags potentially, but I feel like going the eventual Ag's Veil build is just so stupid good. They can still buy BKBs, and that blocks 10 seconds of the damage, but if you're just blocking damage with your BKB, you're not necessarily in a great place. So This is how I like to play Veno. Hopefully you guys enjoy trying a similar hero or playing the hero a similar way. But there's a lot of casting heroes that can be played semi-similar to Venomancer. Get tanky basically, so you can cast spells and do a lot. All right, thanks for watching today. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.